Don't kill humans. It was a simple rule. One known and widely spread amongst the galactic community since the days of first contact. Of course, murder of a sentient being was always murder. But even those that lived on the other side of the law followed that rule. Ship-to-ship engagements were one thing, energies and projectiles launched at thousands of kilometers. But no one dared board a ship containing humans, for fear of breaking that one rule up close and personal. Even the Zudok, who found the humans' death rites abhorrent, didn't dare take that disgust out in an honored duel. Yes, it was wasteful in the highest degree to burn the dead, instead of returning them to the soil to continue the cycle of life, and so indecently quickly at that. But that rule hung over every interaction, and made them twist their mandibles as they swallowed their urge to teach these creatures the right way. The reasons behind it were all but lost. Hidden inside records sealed at the highest level, records of the first meetings of humans with the rest of the galaxy. Whispered rumors and dark lurid stories flickered around. Theories of what was in those records or wild tales of what happened in some backwater outpost when a human, alone and separated from their kin, died of some disease or accident. Of course those couldn't be true. Humans never traveled alone. Some had even been known to space themselves, willingly, if they found themselves alone with no chance of reuniting with their species. Death had hung over the humans like a fog. Always they were haunted by it. And they definitely weren't telling. Authoritakis chittered at the rumors. So many conflicting stories, so many theories. Surely, it was all some ruse by the damn creatures to cover their throats. It had definitely given them an advantage in the decades since they had left their backwater home. That dark reputation, that threat of something dire, if they were killed, had meant no one wanted to put the hairless mongrels in their place. But they weren't scared of some untranslatable expletive or mythological ghost analog stories. And this particular human had been pushing their weight around in the gray market too much recently. It wasn't like killing them was even that hard. Their skin wasn't all that tough, the harder parts of their anatomy were all internal. Some basic knowledge of where the main circulatory systems and major organs was enough to know where to make a few cuts, and now the human's foul-smelling blood and digestive system had spilled across the floor. But as Authoritakis searched the human's dwelling for the goods it knew, the fecal expletive human had been stockpiling for a while, it heard a strange sound. A gurgling, groaning noise. And shuffling across the floor. As it headed back towards the room it had left the human's body, it was surprised to see the accursed creature still standing. But it was dead. It was definitely dead. No sentient creature could still be alive with most of their blood spilled and their internal organs falling out and dragging on the extreme expletive floor behind it. The little device with its web of wires and electrodes across the chest that every human wore was now flashing a little red light instead of its usual softly pulsing blue. It was bathing the scene in a baleful glow as the human lunged at Authoritakis. It began biting and tearing with strength that made no sense for its size. And alien screams began to shake the hab. The strange noises obviously drew the station security forces, but as they got there they found a human team already on site. They had been drawn by the alarm from the now deceased human's vitals monitor. They had the two bodies laid out on the floor of the largest room in the hab, and both were an utter mess. Two colors of blood mixed together in swirls, red blood matting fur and purplish blood covering the human body's hands and face. The security forces had to bully and pull rank to get a look, and even then only got a quick inspection of the two corpses. Managing to ascertain that only the human showed signs of actual weapon damage with the clean cuts across throat and abdomen and the projectile hole through the skull. Before the security commander called them off the scene. The commander had access to those locked files, needed them to be able to do their job, and knew why the humans had been so quick to arrive. They knew what happened when humans died. About the viral outbreak that had happened before humans ever left their home, and what it did to their corpses. But that couldn't be spread about. The humans contained the issue well enough themselves, and risking widespread panic wasn't worth it. All they would say on the matter was to point at the records both individuals held, remark that the station was better off without either of them, and remind the security team about that rule. Addendum. The thing about humans that aliens find most unnerving is their post-death reanimation. It turns out that after the apocalypse, society never found a cure. They simply adapted and continued. Author's name and the link to original text is in the description.